The bird! Avast ye! Cease that gobbly talk and goggle ye to mine peaked visage. For though there be reason to halt in years' days, ne'er was there ever more a why for to belay your way forward than running afoul of the dogs of the sea. Aye, lads, gird ye your mortal meats and beware, for here there be sightings leeward, windward, afore and aft. Run ye not up to the bargman's spinnaker like a cowed chicken, you gutless wonders. Nay, slake your fear with a drop of your backbone, you poltroons, and get ye to your chains and heave, lads, heave! You white-livered dastards, craven and bare. Thank God your mothers ain't here to see you vibrating like a swarm of panicking eels. Straighten your backs, lads, and harden your chest bones, because even I can smell yellow. And to me now you're tawny and saffron enough to confuse a beach-going dandy into thinking they found the tannin spot. Are ye Barbies, or are ye Oppenheimers? For here you best be both. 'Cause what we shall see shall be awesome, lads, and stylish and keen. But if you cross 'em, they'll turn Death the Destroyer on ye and chew ye into rice noodles and leave you ratty and feculent like a turd in gutter punk gear. Not that there be anything wrong with gutter punk gear, but like out here, you dress smart and respectable like, so look stiff like someone paused your game and glaze your eyes with reverence, for they be one to stare in awe and wish you could be that bitchin' at. Cut your jibs into shapes more befitting to parlay with a god-ancient Viscount of the Sea. For ahead be briny hosts, regal and fitted by nature's mad design, with saw teeth and tentacles, and livers besloshed with squalene, while your intestines be as long as a crone's tail of her day. These gods have shortcut cloacas, efficient and skilled at tossing their ballast, which is more than I can say for you, plugs. Bend your knee to these most brilliant of nature, cold-blooded and dynamic, like a torpedo with a wood chipper for a face, should they need to put ye in your place, and they have been for 450 million years so far as we knows. Ring the bells, lads! Wake the boatswain to spray his whistle. Hoist, hoist ye! Grip your grippins, for 'tis July. And though you want to cast your blames to Steven Spielberg for introducing Jaws into the waters in 1975, it's a pretty safe bet that ever since you humans were able to sail, you'd look over the edge of the boat and go, fuck! Captain Spielberg does still harbor some guilt, though. Quote, I still fear that sharks are somehow mad at me for the feeding frenzy of crazy sword fishermen that happened after 1975, said Spielberg. I really, truly regret that. Regardless of whether young Master Spielberg invigorated the shark hunting hobbyist to splitting crabs, because overfishing has been an issue for a long time. It was and is still believed that shark fin contains some kind of rejuvenating potency, but that's just a slop bucket of rickety medicine science. Turns out it might actually capsize your ship later in life due to its tendency to biomagnify toxins. That's a fancy buckle shoe wearing word meaning like bad shit gets eaten by the little things that gets eaten by the big things. So teach a shark to fish, and he eats all the shitty things that the fish eat. It's in the Bible, you guys. And then you go and get shark fin soup, because reasons are unclear to me. Shark fin doesn't taste like anything. It's just the broth that it's sitting in. They say it's the texture, but if that's your reason to risk a neurotoxin, then try making your potatoes smashed and not mashed, because they're crunchy and soft and less likely to give you the headbends. Yarr, so eating shark increases your chances of getting mercury poisoning. Best to let them do the eating and you the marveling. The WWF, the panda lovers, not the Hulkamaniacs, toe it 'tis easier to mistake, put out a report back in 2021 called the Shark and Ray Meat Network, which is not where you can watch Shark Week. Don't make that mistake. It is a far more sinister network of shark and ray traders that do $4 billion of business globally. At least according to the 2021 study. Could be more, could be less, probably is. That's me sailor's opinion. And so, overfishing and unregulated management is contributing to 36% of the more than 1,200 known species of sharks and rays facing extinction. And that's not just affecting our affectation for the great wolves of the brine. 9, lads. Sharks are indicators of marine health, because like it or not, we're all sailing on this planet together. And when one of us goes, we all go, and 1/3 of all known species are going too fast. Not to mention the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is the largest concentration of ocean plastic in the world, is now twice the size of Texas. And it's out there sailing the 7 seas. And I don't know if ye have noticed that it's getting fucking warmer out there. Scientists are seeing the highest ocean surface temperature on record this year, along with totally unprecedented marine heat waves in the North Atlantic Ocean. And like all of us facing the heat and the hand of pandemonium these days, the sharks are turning to drugs. In the ecologically sensitive island chain known to your retired parents as the Florida Keys, marine biologists spent 6 days at sea observing these troubled young sharks acting up and causing mischief. Hammerheads that would normally avoid you humans are heading right at divers, swimming like they saw a parking space. Sandbar sharks are swimming in circles, focused on something that, like, they were looking for a contact lens, but there was nothing there. Or it was a contact lens, and the search was in vain. For the ocean is nature's shag carpet, and once you lose something, 'tis gone forever to the bosom of Davy Jones's junk drawer. Why were they out there watching sharks swim frantically like they were late for some exclusive sea reason? Because the Florida Keys is a favorite spot for the large quantities of cocaine making their way from South America. The old Freebase Cove, where the wind blows rails and it's always snowing as it is known. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't do fucking cocaine. Who's got that kind of money? The U.S. Coast Guard, quote, announced it has recovered more than $186 million of illegal narcotics from the water in June of 2023, but 'tis no avail, because the cocaine trade is operating at record numbers this year. Surprising no one, because have you met people from 2023? All you need to do is surf the comments section of a Jason Aldean music video, and you'll want to dive nose first into a pile of fuck this shit, small town or not. And when you gotta dump the shit because the H250 is on your tail, you toss it overboard. And those floating plastic wrap bundles of Sweet Charlie get munched on by sharks. And the sharks like it. We know this because biologists experimented by dropping dummy bales in the water, which many of the sharks took bites out of, and they loaded with balls of bait with highly concentrated fish powder to simulate cocaine, and it hit them like catnip, but sharks, quote, it's the next best thing, and it set their brains aflame. It was crazy. Which is something no one should ever say about sharks! And cocaine bales were washing up on the shore twice a week in the area where they were experimenting, so it seems the shore is flush with primo shit, and it appears so might be the sharks. And it's all thanks to you humans, because although trickle-down economics failed in the 80s, trickle-down coke parties work like gangbusters, because whatever goes in you comes out of ye. And then you flush it, and down the road it goes, and all roads lead to the ocean. And who lives there? Don't be believing my tales, you Reddit threaditors. Ecologists at the Czech University of Life Sciences in Prague told Live Science back in 2021 that meth is polluting freshwater lakes. Quote, where methamphetamine users are, there is also methamphetamine pollution of fresh waters, and the fish in these waters are breaking bad. Quote, I'm not sure you can truly say these fish are addicted to methamphetamine, but they certainly show a preference for the compound, which they shouldn't really, quote. Because humans, if you do it, they will too. They learned it by watching you. And I don't know if you've been out there in the world of 2023, but it should not surprise you that the fish are hitting the pipe and the sharks in Florida are tooting hard flake. Cocaine sharks is the most Florida thing that ever Florida'd. And though it's because of the way of the water out there, that's not a thing we should be cool with. In fact, sharks doing bumps before going out on a hunt is something that should concern everyone. Because what the fuck if they organize and start learning how to drive? Can you imagine getting into it on the I-4 with a shark driving a Chevelle zooted on sneeze? You think you're walking away from that, humans? I got news for yous. Sharks don't sleep. They will find you, they track you by your smell, and it's knives for faces, baby. But sharks ain't nothing to fear, unless we give them a reason to be.
They are majestic, wonderful, marvelous dinosaurs that survived great extinctions. So let's not let that work be in vain. Respect the deep, ye landwalkers, for it is older than ye, and it contains all the secrets ye have forgotten since your ancestors grew legs and figured, fuck, this neighborhood sucks, let's move. The sea is your history, humans. Row, lads! Put your backs into it, and we'll all learn to love the old gods together. Poseidon, blow ye your coke-fiending, fin-having children to justice! But do whatever, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I love you, good night. Wow.
Chad the Bird. Green Man!